everyone. I am coming on live in my group Intuitive Angel Messages, and I thought I would like to bring to the forefront what is happening during the times where we are having a full moon and the increase and intensifying energies that come in during this time. I thought, man, this is what I want to talk about. That and the lack of sleep I've been getting. So, welcome everyone, and I am going to be channeling some guidance in regards to the full moon. To me, it feels like a portal opens up, and we're just getting washed with energy. I'm really noticing my heart chakra opens and expands. My solar chakra, I'm just getting pummeled with so much energy. Heart's racing, heart palps, anxiety. Just the quintessential ascension symptoms, right? And I thought, who better to answer these questions than my guardian angel, Agnes? And of course, if you have any questions about what's happening with the full moon, you ask, okay? And then we'll get some answers for you guys too. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy wild out there. I think the first question I have is, what is happening with these full moons? It seems to me like over the months that have passed, it's intensifying. It's getting more intense. The energy is getting more intense. The lack of sleep is intensifying. And one of us really wants to know what the heck is going on here, Agnes. Sleep is everything to me. I don't know about you guys, but it's like the Holy Grail, the Trinity, the only thing that's important in my life. And I'd like to know what is happening during this time, Agnes, and why is it intensifying? She's just saying hello and welcome, everyone. Yes, during this time, during these moments where the moon is full in your current location, your destination, she's showing the moon washing us with its moon rays. Mm-hmm. And so is this actually the moon rays we're talking about doing this, or are we talking about the energy that comes in with the moon, or the energy around the moon, or is there another portal that opens up, or what are we talking about here? She's saying that it's the moon rays that wash upon us and help to anchor in more light. So basically, the sun is doing it with the sun flares. Then we have the moon with the moon rays. We have portals opening up here, portals opening up there. And then we have what I have seen looks like at times just a whole bunch of white energy coming through space and washing over the planet. Have I got that right? She's saying yes. And there's actually more going on than just this. This is maybe just what we're noticing at this time. So we may notice our chakra centers opening and expanding as we're anchoring in more light through our vessels. And this may make it difficult to sleep. We may feel anxious, heart palps, ungrounded. Our minds might be very alert and racing. She's talking about the importance of grounding ourselves during this time. So out in nature, grounding ourselves and just really taking good care of ourselves by eating high vibrational foods. When we're taking in this energy into our vessels, it's really important that we eat more high vibrational foods. If we eat lower vibrational foods or substances that lower our frequency, it might be a bit bumpier for us. She's using this gesture, bumpier for us. Okay. We might feel more spacey. We might feel more ungrounded, more detached. Our energy may feel detached from our vessel. We may not feel as connected. Connected with who? Spirit. Mm-hmm. She's saying that there are some individuals that feel that they have a stronger connection with spirit by doing certain substances, but she still doesn't recommend it. That's coming from my guardian angel, okay? All right? If you have any beef, you know who to direct it at, not me. So, as far as each full moon, it seems to me like it's intensifying and getting stronger as time goes by. Is this something that we can expect in the future? Yes. So this is going to, so, um, I remember asking Jesus, what's it going to be like way down the road, in the later years of my life here on earth. And he painted a picture of me eating light foods or also liquid foods, not eating as much food, and not sleeping as much as I am now. I've had a chat with Jesus since then. I've said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to make it if you don't at least bare minimum let me have my sleep. We'll see if that pans out. I'm not going to be happy if I don't get my sleep. So, as we ascend, is this likely to be taking place in the later stages of our lives? We may be noticing that we can't eat heavier foods or processed foods or low vibrational foods as much as we once did. She's saying yes repeatedly. And how about sleep? Because that's where one of us is getting a little cranky, Agnes. So sleep, is that going to lessen over time? Um, she's just showing 5 to 6 hours a night, somewhere around there. Now, for somebody else, you're like, well, that's what I get all the time, and it's no big deal. For some of us, it is a big deal, okay? And so, oh my God. One thing I've noticed recently is that I want to pull my curtains closed. I want to close my curtains at night, especially at night, because it seems to help buffer or block the incoming energy. And I get a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break. Like I've even tried to negotiate and saying, during the daytime, hit me up all you want. You want to open my chakras? You want to flood this in? I'm available. But when my head hits the pillow, I want to go night night. But they don't seem to care that much. They're like, nighttime seems to be the time where when we go to sleep and our minds are quiet, that's when they're coming in and getting us. Okay. So is there any negotiation in maybe not having as much energy anchored at night, but rather during the daytime? She's thinking about it. She's not answering right away. There's hope yet. She's saying yes at times, but it won't be like that every time. So my negotiating for sleep and easing up of energy, anchoring through my vessel at night can happen sometimes. You'll ease it off sometimes. Other times I'm not going to be that lucky. All right. Yeah, I'm up and down too. I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. And other times I'm just tossing and turning, I'm overheating. You'll overheat when you're anchoring a lot of energy through your body. It's the same thing as when you're channeling a lot. You'll overheat because you're channeling high vibrational energy that's flooding through your vessel. Chrissy, thank you for that email. I super, super appreciated it. And I really, really loved reading your email to me. Thank you so much. It's those messages from you guys that makes me feel like I know I'm on the right track, I'm on the right path, and I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing the right work. Thank you. And thank you for being here with me on this journey too, through the courses and, in the group and just participating here with me now. Okay. Woo! All right. Yeah. Yeah. You're still awake. That was me last night, Christine. So where you are, you're like wide awake. It's 1 a.m. That was me last night. And I suspect it's probably going to be me tonight too. Might as well just go and have a little slumber party and be up all night. Um, yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Do the clouds affect or block the energy from this moon light or moon beams, moon energy? She says somewhat, but not entirely. So a little bit, okay? Just affects it a little bit. Um, why is this energy choosing to come through the sun, the moon, and from outer space and through portals? Is it just really different ways to get to Earth to help the populace ascend and transmute the heaviness here on Earth? She says, essentially, basically. She's cracking me up. Is there any other way you want to share with us? She's also talking about the animals on Earth. We're all animals, of course, but the other animals, the ones that don't speak English or our languages that we speak with our mouths, they are anchoring the light as well, and they're going to ascend quicker, faster than we are. So when we're around our pets and the animals, she's talking about us anchoring more light from them as the light anchors through them and lifts their frequency and creates more of a light filled body with our pets or animals. Then when we're in contact with them close range or cuddled up, that light then passes to us. She's also talking about the light passing through the trees and the earth. So when we go out onto the earth and we're out in nature, we're also going to get a good amount of light from the trees, from the nature, especially if you're leaning up against a tree or hugging a tree. I'd imagine that would be even more, but just immersed in it as well. The entire planet, she says, is shifting now and moving quite rapidly into a new frequency. Okay, a higher vibrational frequency. And we're moving as quickly as, like, they're assessing the humans on Earth, okay, and how quickly are we, or what are we ready for? Because if we're not ready for this, then they're going to gradually take us to here, right? And then we'll move our way to this. But we're not going to just pop over here. Ascension can't really go quickly. But she's just saying that they're assessing to see what we're ready for and then giving us what we're ready for with these light frequencies in multiple different ways. Anything else? The angels, the starseed beings, or ETs, source, the light, the archangels, the ascended masters, the angels, the guardian angels, the spirit guides, your loved ones. All of these energies and more are aware of what is taking place on Earth. Everyone over here in the non-physical, or if you want to say on the other side of the veil, is very much aware of what is taking place on Earth. Most high 90s are happy about it. Some energies that have overextended their stay here on Earth are not happy about it. But nonetheless, they too will be transmuted, shifted, and moved on. For this will no longer be a vibrational match here on the earth plane for them. When do you see a lot of that getting cleared up? She's showing me like over the next 100 years. It's layers. So it's getting down to it. Also, she's talking about some of us here on earth are helping to clear or cleanse the planet as well. So we have the ability maybe to see the energy and helping to clean it or clear it up in certain spaces. We're able to go to certain areas and lift the vibrational frequency of that area just by having our frequency there, which in turn helps for the denser frequency to shift. She's talking about residual energy from past lifetimes of individuals living in that area, current residual energy of individuals that are currently living in that area, earthbound energies that are stuck in that area that will all help to get it shifted and moved on. And she's talking about lower vibrational energies that are feeding off of our energy and the earth's energy, also shifting and moving on. This will be a progression over the next approximately 100 years, she's saying. We see it in time because we operate in linear time. They don't. They don't operate in time. There is no time over here. We believe in the calendar. We believe in our watches. We believe in time. Therefore, there is time. Oh boy. Yeah, you got 4 to 5 hours of sleep and you're feeling nausea? Yeah, me too. Yeah. You're negotiating too? Yeah, I've tried to. I'm really trying hard. If you don't like something with energy or you don't like something with spirit, say you're anchoring a lot of light through the night, ask it to step back. Ask it to give you a break. Try to negotiate and say, come back at a later time. If there's an energy pestering you and running amok, as Archangel Michael says, hold your ground and kick it to the curb. And then you can call in Jesus or Archangel Michael to back you up. And they will. However, if your soul signed up to learn from that experience, and that experience is in part of a purpose, or your soul signed up for that, they may not intervene right away. They might let that take place for you to learn and grow from. So your soul might learn from contrast as health issues, issues with other people, maybe an abusive relationship. It might be spirit pestering you, but it plays a role. I, for one, don't have that issue. When I call backup comes. I don't have to call backup that often. And always remember that where you place your attention and your energy, that's the most important. If you're in fear all the time, you need to shift that, because this life is too short to be in fear all the time. And that energy will be drawn to you because of the fear and the low vibrational thoughts, feelings, and emotions you are emitting. You are a vibrational match. Shift your energy, shift yourself. And if you can't do it by yourself, you need to call in backup. Call in backup, go and reach out to people and make it happen. Oh, interesting. Wow. Yeah, it's so hard to sleep right now, isn't it? It's so hard to sleep. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and it'll go for like 5 nights in a row, or roughly. That was last week. Then I got like 3 or 4 nights of good sleep, and now I'm back in the saddle. Help me. Oh. So if your hands are burning hot for days, does anybody have an idea of what that might mean in the comments? Let's see what you guys channel. Type it in the comments. My guides told me that's why I'm staying where we live now, to clear the energies in this area. Totally agree. Yep. Oh, wow. Yep. They're like, no, you're going to stay there for a while. I definitely feel this way, except that I feel like the energies are already clearing where I live. It's already quite high vibrational where I live. And I think it's more like I'm living here because it is a very high vibrational area and they want my energy to live in a high vibrational area. However, as you guys recall, I was heading to the beach one day and they said, no, you cannot go to that location just past this beach. I was going to go to another beach and it was right along the ocean with all this forestation. And they said, you cannot go there. And they wouldn't tell me at first. And I was like, shh. And then they finally told me, and it really just came down to a giant portal. And I could see it in my mind's eye. It was massive. We're talking like the size of two football fields, and it was quite dark and circular. And it was just sucking in the dense energy from the atmosphere on Earth into the earth, and then the earth was transmuting the energy. So we're getting it from like transmutations happening, and then anchoring more light is happening on such a steady basis. It's like crazy, amazing. So I didn't go, and I remember going with my friend to the beach, and you could feel it all open and light on this side when I looked that way down the way, but when I turned to look down this way, heavy, and it was a warning, do not go there. My friend even picked it up. um, I think really what it was is they just didn't want me to be around that portal that was suctioning in heavy frequency. Is that portal still there? Yes, it is, but it's operating like at not as an intense speed. Like when we were there, she's showing it really doing a lot of suctioning, but now it's more just maintenance. Maintenance cleaning, is that what you just said? Yes, maintenance. The stuff I learn on a daily basis, I don't even know. Okay? Right. So when your hands are hot, you may want to try and put your hands on someone or an animal and let the energy flow. Healing energy, healing hands. We also, this is the other thing I'm getting, we have chakras in our hands. So if you're anchoring a lot of light, that light is going to come down out your feet. It'll come out your root chakra into the earth, or it's going to come out of your hands. Yeah. Ooh, isn't that great, Alyssa? You were healing last night with your hands. Oh, it's so hot. Especially at night, my body's so hot. And I'll be fine, and I go lay down, and then in comes the energy, and then I'm overheating, and I know it's the energy. Oh, yep. Lack of appetite, big time. When we're anchoring this light, which apparently is coming from the full moon rays as well, from what I'm gathering here, from what I'm being told, when we're anchoring a lot of high vibrational frequency, it's like we have no appetite. Or if I'm going to eat, it's going to be maybe soups or salads or protein shakes, just lighter foods, or not eating as often, lots of water. Yeah, and getting much higher vibrationally. Oh, yeah. Wow, isn't that cool, Dee? So your hands will light up and start to burn when you're around someone that needs healing. So there's a cue. Who are you around? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay. Isn't that wild that you've seen what I've seen? Hey, Alyssa. Yeah, yeah. And Alyssa, you should tell people what you're seeing from the sun, because the sun is fully full throttle with its rays with Alyssa. Okay. Oh, wild. Do you want me to ask that question, Tenzin? Would it be best for Tenzin to move to New Mexico? It's an option. It's on the table. It's on the table. It's just a matter of everyone else in your life being on board with it. That's what it just said. So if you can barely handle it, you need to ask them to ease it back off your hands. This is too much for me. I need you to step back. B, put your hands on someone that needs healing. Even if it's like, yeah, I'm just going to give you a back rub. You don't even have to tell them what you're doing. I'm just, working with the angel. I mean, nothing back here. I'm just doing, oh, is it? This feels good. Okay. Tickle scratch. Let us know how that works out. Hello. Mm-hmm. Good. When you told it to back off, did it work? It should. Spirit should be listening. And if it doesn't listen and it's running amok, as our one time, Archangel Michael during a reading, I kid you not, his entire eye socket lit up like this color, and then it was like flames of energy coming out of his eyes, and I was like, oh God. And I said, what is going on? He says, I don't like what's happening around this individual. There's energy running amok. And I said, okay. And, there was. And so I asked the person, is that your free will consent for Archangel Michael to remove this energy? And he said, yes. And the second that yes came out of his mouth, Archangel Michael was up and at him. I mean, he charged this energy so fast. It was like it was so quick. And this energy didn't even stand a chance, not even remotely. If you haven't asked Archangel Michael to move into your home yet, do it, because your home will be just so much more high vibrational, and he'll just, whatever needs cleaning and vacuuming, not actual cleaning your home, but the energy in your home and shielding the outside energy. So if there's heaviness in the world, it's just not going to affect you as much in your home. And he'll make sure that energy's not just coming and going out of your home. Of course, you need to set boundaries on that too. I personally am not open for a highway to just come on into my home. So that's one thing that I've set boundaries for. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm like all about liquids right now. It's just to the point where probably I'm cooling my body down. That's the main reason why. And I feel more thirsty, but it's probably because I'm a lot hotter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So setting our boundaries. If you don't like what's happening, what do? I don't like what's happening. I need you to make some changes. And if it doesn't change, then there's something there for you to learn from. There's something there you need to learn. Either you need to shift your frequency, or your soul signed up for this experience to learn and grow from, or both. Because there are times where people come to me and spirit says, you know what? We're not going to do anything. We're not going to help. And I'm like, what? Why won't you help? And they say, well, we could help, but until this person shifts their frequency, okay, until they start to have more high vibrational thoughts and feelings and emotions, maybe they ought to clean their house up too. I don't know. Maybe it's a big hot mess in all areas. Until things shift, they can cleanse it out, but it's going to come right back because it's a vibrational match. That, or I've seen people getting pestered by spirit because the energy is allowed to pester them because it's signed up for that role in order to help with this person's awakening, and expansion on the spiritual path for a time. For a time. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What would you like me to check on with your energy? Answer that in the comments and we'll move in that direction. That's a great idea. If you can handle juicing, I think that would be great. Personally, this kid with her shortened digestive tract, it wouldn't be too good for me. I'd be on the toilet nonstop. But for somebody else, it might actually work amazing. So if that's something that might work for someone, I say go for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. And if you still have problems when Archangel Michael's in your home, hey, I'm not okay with this, and we need to bring in more energy for backup. I'm not scared because I know what I have here on my team. Why would I be scared? Why am I scared? I got Jesus here. I know. Why can't you just vacuum my house? God. And you could do the dishes when you're done the vacuuming. Yeah, right. Yep. It is definitely the full moon and the energy coming from the full moon. And I'm sure they're wackadoodling us from other areas, as you just typed right there. Wackadoodle. I love it. Okay, you're feeling very off. Okay, do you want to type in the comments like, okay, here you go. Oh yeah, okay, so that's normal right now. Fatigue, barely able to, like, all I want to do is sit on the couch. I'm like, yeah, I should go ride the bike or sign up for the gym down the street. But I'm like, it's all I can do just to function right now. My body doesn't want to move. It's tired. Like it's on a level of tired. And it's not just from the lack of sleep last night. It's tired in general for about 2 weeks now, maybe 3 weeks. So that's pretty normal right now. Do you want to ask anything else on that? Mm-hmm. Oof. Migraines, that makes sense because as we're anchoring the light through our crown chakra, it can create headaches and migraines. We may need to talk with everyone about this and ease it back, step it back. I'm getting migraines. That and drinking lots of water, of course. Okay. Wow. You too, eh, Tenzin? Okay. Yep. Yeah. Master El Moya, Moira, the Ascended Master. Yeah, he works with Archangel Michael. He's awesome. Yeah. Ashley Cunningham channeled him a few times on her YouTube channel. Huh. Oh, man. Jealous. You have Zippy Zappy ready for action. Not tired. I want what she's having. I'm such a couch potato right now. It's not normal how much of a couch potato I am right now, but it won't last forever. And that's the main thing. I know that. Hmm. So, for any of us who are getting migraines or headaches, we really need to say, listen, maybe could you anchor the light through some other uh, chakra centers, just not through my head. Please, I'm getting migraines and I need you to step back. Come through my heart chakra, come through my root chakra, down lower. I'm totally fine with that. uh, some people have come to me and they notice their sex drive has gone through the roof because as we're anchoring this light, it can come up through your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and that can stimulate things. And that is also a normal thing happening right now with ascension. Okay. It's like I can't get away with napping. I have to nap too. And I'm like, oh, good, I got some better sleep during the day because I'm not getting pummeled by the energy during the day as much. So then I can sleep better. So I'm trying to have like a nap during the day, and then I know what's coming at night. You know what it feels like? That's what it feels like. Oh, that's good. You know what this all is lifting and raising our frequency, thinning of the veil. What's thinning of the veil? It's just your chakra centers opening and you becoming more acutely aware of the energy that's always been there around you and connecting with it, which is great. You're bloated in the sacral, and we may need to ask to clear that out too, right? Dee's husband is a lucky, lucky man. But honestly, for realsies, it can be a bit much, and it hits really intensively at times. It can hit for days on end, and then it just kind of eases off, and you're like, "What the heck was that?" Oh yeah, my root chakra. And when I tap in with source frequency, God, light and love, whatever you want to call it, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and when the veil is thinning and we're getting all this light frequency, what I pick up from source is just unadulterated, pure bliss. happiness, laughter, joy. This is the frequency that we come from. Is when we come into these incarnations and we dip our own frequency, and then we have our own perspective of what, and or our own filter that we see through as to what God is, or blaming God for what is. But God's having a great time. God is aware of everything and is a very high vibrational frequency. And as this energy is raising and peaking in moments, as we're getting big ascension waves, Source is so elated and happy. That's all I get. Long Island on the far other side of the continent. Wow, electric vibrations through his body. You know what I've noticed? I'm getting kind of like a shock type zinger in my eyeball. I'm also getting it in my fingertips sometimes. And where else was I getting it? Somewhere else. Oh, in my leg. Last night, just in my leg. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's just like a electrical type shock zinger. But in my eyeball, last week, it happened like 5 times. And I was like, oh my God. Like it felt like a needle temporarily. And I was like, holy cow. And that was when the energy was peaking. It's like I don't even question anymore. I'm like, oh, it's the energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to read that last part, Alyssa. That's PG rated. But the first part, why is it that what you're seeing clairvoyantly is eased off when your eyes are closed for Alyssa? It's like it's like the energy is focused elsewhere. It's focused on anchoring more light through your vessel. Um, it's a lull, but it will come back up online again. Your guardian angel says you can see it as a redirection of energy. So the energy isn't coming in to communicate that way, it's working on other things with you as you're anchoring this light. And now he's dusting off his hands. Yes, we all have angels. I've never met a person who doesn't. Every person I have met has 2 guardian angels, and then they'll have a whole team of angels. And depending on who's on your team will depend on what you're asking for, what you're complaining about in life. If you're complaining about money, you're just bringing in an abundance angel. If your frequency's dipping and you're feeling really heavy, in will come a music angel. And you'll notice if a music angel's with you because you'll be listening to a certain song, humming, singing, certain lyrics of a song is coming at you full throttle, and the music helps to lift your frequency, and they will talk with you through the lyrics of a song. And if the lyrics keep playing in your head over and over, pay attention to the lyrics. Okay? And all I hear is that we're getting more angels, more coming, more lights coming. Yeah, because we're sending and we're anchoring the light right now. So you're going to get ascensions. Like right now with this full moon, it's full throttle. I got a break for a few days, but last week, for about 2 weeks' time, it was full throttle with an ascension wave coming in. What I'm told is that by the time we get to July, it's going to ease off a bit. So it'll be easier on us in July. Yeah. So if you're like, you're feeling joyful and high vibrational, it's because you're picking up on Source's frequency, which is now permeating the planet. It's everywhere. It's really ramping up. Picture a very high vibrational frequency everywhere, and it's just flooding the planet. But we can only take it gradually increasing. But now you're starting to open as well, and you're picking up on this frequency around you, and you're starting to feel the happiness and the joy, which is our natural state, if you think about it. Okay? You know what people say, heaven on earth? It is on its way. people say, no, the planet's not going to make it. All I ever hear from the angels is that we're turning shit around. The U-turn is happening and things are going to turn around. So that's what's happening. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right here, I'll get like a zinger on the side of my head is usually when I get it. Just above my temple. That's where I get it. Oh, isn't that wild, Rachel? So you channeled Horus, and he was literally showing you electrical shocks coming through the solstice energy. Because I'm not used to having electric shocks through my body and in my eyeball, never. That's a new one for me. So that could very well be what it is. I never really asked because I was like, oh, we're just getting an ascension wave, whatever, solstice wave, whatever you want to call it. So what you want to do with your guides' names is you want to get a pen and piece of paper and you want to sit with a quiet mind, like tune out like you did in high school, and then let them form the name in your mind. It'll sound like your internal voice in your mind, but it will be your spirit guide. Now, I'd be very direct. I'd like to know my spirit guide's name. You'll have two of them, by the way. Some people have one, and then they may have Archangel Michael also working with them or Jesus working with them, depending on what their purpose on the planet is. Some people only need one spirit guide. I've seen that once in a blue moon. I've always seen people have two guardian angels. Never, never once have I only seen one or none. Other mediums I've met, they see up to three guardian angels or more. I seem to only connect with the main two. So you want to be really direct as to who you want the name from. My guardian angel, now my second guardian angel, now my one spirit guide, now my next spirit guide. Do I have any starseed family members with me? What's your name? And then you can like write that down as they are forming the name in your mind. If you're not getting it, then you want to ask them to spell the name out. So it'll be like this in your mind. This is what it will sound like. R O G, and they'll form it slowly like that. And say they start with the name Roger, for example. I love it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. Has the timeline of ascension, has that ramped up? Have we, here's how the angels, sorry to interrupt, but here's how the angels show ascension. We go along here and then we go up a peg and then we get accustomed to that and then we go up a bit. And then when we're ready for this, then we'll go up a bit like that. When we're ready, we go up a little bit and a little bit up. We get adjusted and then we go up a bit. So have we skipped a couple up? Or have we moved up a bit? She's talking about, sorry, go ahead. We are racing. You know when you say you're racing against the clock or racing against time? We know what that means. That's why she's saying it. It's not that there is time or we're racing against a clock. But the energy is intensifying to get us moving in a certain direction that is more suitable for what is to come in the near future. So they're getting us ready vibrationally so that we're ready on, on this platform where we are for what is to come. And the feel I get of this is what's coming is going to be coming in September. This is correct. So we're getting ready, and there is kind of intensifying and permeating us, getting us ready for what's to come in September. We will get more ease and flow through July and August, a little bit. This isn't like what we used to get. We used to get like a whole month off and like a little break around Christmas time. We ain't getting that this year. So July and August even, they're gonna step back a little bit, but June is full throttle. I knew June was gonna be full throttle. I actually did an energy forecast on that. I'm all about easy does it too, but apparently they need us to be in a certain position energetically, getting us ready for the next stage that is coming in September. Do you want to talk about September? Intensifying energy, energy intensifying. So if we're here, but this incoming energy is here, they're kind of like hurrying to get us, say, to here to get us ready for what's coming in September. So it's not as much of a shock. I'm sure it won't be too much of a shock. You better not. Are we talking about the shock zingers or just surprise? In comes this huge energy. Incoming energy, she says. I'm teasing her and she's not bending. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You'll know who's working with you when you sit quietly with a still mind with a piece of paper and a pen. And then you'll ask, who is working with me? And then you will write down as it forms in your mind. It might go Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, your guardian angels. And you'll write down the list as you're hearing it in your mind with your internal voice. Oh my God. Is this a wild ride over to Lissa's house? You're getting signs about September too. That's good. We're tag teaming it then. Yeah. Yeah, wake me up when September ends. Wake me up. Put me down for that too, please. Oh my God. The lower back of your head, that's where they love to communicate. They come in right here. So you're probably having energy come to communicate with you, Tenzin. What are they saying? Should we like pray or ask for the energy of our food to be increased? She'd rather us focus in on just eating higher vibrational food, boxed food, colored food, fake food, processed food, hard to digest food, food that isn't food. Don't eat it. How do I keep a straight face? I don't know. Yeah, no kidding, right? I took some days off a couple weeks ago, and I was like, well, I'm not even sleeping on my days off. What is this BS? Mm-hmm. Is there anything happening in February coming up? It's like picturing us coming out of the tidal, like the world tidal pool, like things being like, oh God, in my life, and I'm in this pool of water, and then I'm starting to come out of it in February. Mm-hmm. They keep saying to me that is, you know, I'm assuming this means about the virus because, and the variants. Um, Spirit keeps telling me that it's not entirely over yet. There is more coming. So I don't know if that's more variants or something. But like Jesus said during one channel session, is now the scientific community, all of them that have been working on things. I mean, I even saw on the news when I was at the airport several months ago that where I live, they've developed a drug that stops the virus from even entering your cells. It'll be more of an expensive drug, but it will be available coming out on the market in the future. So for those who don't want a vaccine, you can try this, whatever. But also really important to keep our frequency high. So we're just not a vibrational match for any of that, right? And even if you choose to get the vaccine, what's the most important thing the angels say is to keep your frequency high, eat really high vibrational foods, get lots of sleep around the time that you're going to get it, ask your angels to help you while you are getting it, and keep as uplifted as possible. Now that's if, for example, there are people coming to me in droves that are not allowed to go back to work unless they have the vaccine. They're not allowed to travel without getting seriously fined huge amounts of money uh, with hotel stays. And, like, for example, where I live, 3 night stay in a hotel, forced, mandatory, $2,000. And then if you test positive, you go into like uh, a facility where you are held for the next 11 days, or yeah, 11 days. So, you know, there are reasons why people are getting the vaccine above and beyond. Do I hear from the angels that getting the vaccine is the worst thing ever and don't do it, don't do it, don't do it? No. What they say is for you to keep high vibrational. Your frequency runs the show. Remember that. Always remember that. Okay, so usually archangels like Archangel Uriel usually aren't our guardian angels. However, they may operate like a spirit guide off to the side, assisting your spirit guides. From what I've seen, your guardian angels are your guardian angels. They're not archangels. Um, and Saint Germain may be acting as one of your spirit guides. So let's ask that question. Saint Germain, you want to weigh in on that? He's not a spirit guide, but he's very close, and he is assisting your spiritual team. He's not far away from you. He's actually hovering quite close to you, and he's available to help you. And he's working with your spiritual team. So he's working with your guardian angels. He's working with your spirit guides. Interesting. Did you call him in? Or did you watch something on YouTube or a movie or something? Or maybe not a movie, but did you read up on him? Because if you even like any of that, may have called him in. As far as Archangel Uriel being with you, he's always available for you. That's nice. He's always available for you. He's not a guardian angel, and he's not a spirit guide. I see him looking over at Saint Germain, and they're smiling at each other. That's really cute. Saint Germain hangs out with you a lot, whereas Archangel Uriel's telling me he comes and then he leaves, and he comes and he leaves. So, but whenever you call him, he'll come. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yay, Argentina's in the house. That's exactly it. I remember being on the airplane and I was like fuming at people that were pulling their masks down. As soon as the flight attendant walked away, down came their mask, and I was like, and my guardian angel was like, stop looking over there, stop thinking that way, stop focusing on that. You're sinking your frequency. You're not going to get the virus. You're fully protected, and that's exactly how it's been. I had to go on 3 different trips due to surgical procedures last year. And so, I mean, what was I on? A total of probably 10 to 12 different planes. And I never got the virus. Or I mean, at least I quarantined. I never got the symptoms of the virus, right? So you can't say you got it, you didn't get it, but I didn't get symptoms. Um, so really, your team can protect you if you want to say protect. It's more like helping keep your frequency high, and then the light it emanates from you and it's around you, and any virus that comes near you gets really taken care of by the light. And the same thing when you are going to go and get the vaccine. Help me, angels. Help infuse this with light, and anything in it that it gets transmuted that would be unhelpful for me. And I leave this in your hands. Thank you so much. The light is what will take care of that. I know that sounds hokey pokey. I know it does. But when you can hear your angels day and night and you operate every day with them, and they show it to you time and time again, and then they don't just show it to you, they like prove it to you, you don't think it's hokey anymore. Oh, yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Woohoo! All right, you heard the name Martha. Let's tune in with that. Your guardian angel's doing this. It's cracking me up. So that's Martha, guardian angel. Double checking. Yes, yes, yes. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Doing this hand signal. Yes, this is correct. Very good. Very good. Proud of you. Proud of you big time. You know, I don't hear from my male guardian angel that much. It's best for me to hear from Agnes. He hangs back more. There's a reason why you may not hear from him as much as, so it's what you need. So, for example, your spirit guide may not feel the need to come forth. You don't need him. That's why. It's like me and my spirit guide. I don't hear him on a regular basis unless I actually say, "Hey, are you still there? Hey, Adrian, are you still there?" And I channeled him the other day in the group. So then he'll step forward. But otherwise, it's like we don't need them. They're here if we need them, but we don't need them here with us all the time. And other energies are stepping forward to assist you, likely your guardian angels. All right. So, yeah, they love to come in between the shoulder blades. Perfect. Yeah, you can ask your guardian angel to infuse a place with light, people with light, that vaccine with light, that health unit that is going to be injecting you with the vaccine with light. Everything is in the light. Let the light deal with it. Here you go. Put them to work. I'm not doing everything. Let the light do it. Angels, could you please help open my crown chakra? Thank you. Another one you can do is angels. When I'm going to be laying down next and resting, could you please replace the chakras that need to be replaced through my body? Thank you. Everybody talks about rotation of chakras or clearing the chakras. I'm a big fan of replacing the ones that need to be replaced because some of us have had upset, trauma, grief in our lives, and it's affected our chakra centers. So we can ask for this as often as we want, and we can just let them come in and replace the ones that need to be replaced. And when you're laying quietly is when you do this. What you'll feel is the chakra slowly getting pulled out of the front of you as the new ones coming in through the back of you, or this one will get pulled up and they'll replace it immediately. And everything is done very slowly and very carefully, and your entire team knows what they're doing and they know how to do it. How do you know when the angels are around? Why don't we all type that in the comments? The angels are created for you when you are what? How do you want to say that? When we come into when we come into existence, when I guess you could say we are created, when we are born, and she means our light energy. Okay, not actually born on Earth, but when we were our energy, our soul. Okay, the angels are then created to be with us always. So wherever you go, whether you're in a body or out of a body, your angels go with you. And there are no time or space constraints for them. They're omnipresent. You think about how many incarnations we're having all at the same time, because there is no linear time for your soul. And your angels will be with you in every single one, everywhere. Can you imagine how amazing that is? That your angels can be with you everywhere you go. They've shown their faces to me, how they want me to see them, their energy, okay? But when they form like a humanistic looking face, their eyes are incredible. I can barely look them in the eye. When I look them in the eye, it feels like they're looking straight through me and they know everything. They're looking straight through your soul. And their eyes are, when they show them to me, I'm seeing colors like I've never seen before. And sometimes like a combination of different blue colors, and like it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And so sometimes when Archangel Michael looks me directly in the eye to talk to me when I'm channeling for a client, like it's hard for me to hang on. And he's doing it more and more now. And I think he's getting me ready because I'm going to be seeing more and more in the future. And he's kind of preparing me to see more eye contact, if you want to say it like that, and more directness. Yeah, this chakra replacement thing, it works extremely well. A high five. Mm-hmm. So write down on a piece of paper and ask your spirit guides to go ahead and give their names. Okay. And then quiet your mind and just let them form the name in your mind. Okay. Yeah. So the angels, you can feel them in your energy field. You can feel them when there's pressure or warmth. Sometimes I get ear cupping. Sometimes I get silence on the side of the head. Sometimes I'll get ear ringing. Sometimes my guardian angel will stroke my face. Other people say they can play in the hair. Um, if they really want to get my attention and I'm not paying attention, they'll come in through my throat chakra and I'll cough like out of the blue. It'll just be a zinger of energy, and then I listen because it's important that I listen right in that moment of what I'm doing. Okay. When you feel peaceful and light and high vibrational, other times I'll see my angel be like this. You're taking on too much again. And then I'm like, what? You think I'm taking on too much? And then she throws up some balls in the air, like I've got too many balls in the air. So they don't tell me what to do. She's just showing me, like, you got so many balls up in the air. What are you going to do about it? Nothing, nothing. I'm going to throw a couple more balls up in the air. That's what I'm going to do. No, I'm going to take some days off work and I'm going to rest and relax. And then, and then she'll just smile. But ultimately, it's your life. You get to live it the way you want to. If you want to self-sabotage yourself right to the end, you want to drive the car right off the cliff, it's up to you if you want to do that. But, you know, if you want to ask your angels for some help in steering the ship and steering you in alignment with your highest and best good, I highly recommend you call them in and ask them to help you with stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. It's time for this kiddo to hit the road. And always remember, you can call on them anytime. Always remember, send the light to the areas of your life that you need help with or that are heavy, okay? And don't sit in the worry and the fear. It's not good. Although I complain sometimes, that's just me venting. I'm red rooming right now. All right, happy full moon. Let's cover the windows tonight so we can get a good night's sleep. Bye.